everyone is just exaggerating this now. So I've had a lot of complaints and also concerns about The Witcher 4 and CG Project Red. So we're going to go through a lot of them now and just basically, I'm going to tell you how ridiculous they are. But before we properly start, I'm just going to mention that I'm also not a big fan of how the game industry is going. I mean, you see it all the time with games now. They keep adding politics and all this woke stuff, and it just literally, for me, it takes out the immersiveness of the game. So I hate all that stuff as well. So I'm not defending all this, what gaming companies do now. So I just wanted to get that out there. But for me, just at the moment, the hate and the complaints towards The Witcher 4 and CD Projekt Red is not really necessary. But we'll go through that now. So the first one is people complaining about the protagonist in The Witcher 4 being a woman, which is crazy because it's not just any old woman, it's Ciri. And I think the real Witcher fans who played The Witcher 3 knew this was coming anyway. So I don't understand the complaints about this. This is just crazy. You know, I understand when they add characters just because it's a woman or whatever, but this is not the case in The Witcher 4. The real Witcher fans knew this was coming and have no complaints about this. I think the people who are complaining about this are not even Witcher fans who haven't even played The Witcher 3, because, as I said, real Witcher fans aren't going to complain about this. It's not just any old woman, it's Ciri, and she's a good, interesting character. So I don't get it. So another one I've seen people complaining about is Ciri looking older, not that great, and not like Ciri at all. Which, to be honest, she does look like Ciri to me, and obviously she does look older because it is in the future, she is older, and she isn't going to look exactly the same because obviously she's got a lot of battle scars and everything because she's a Witcher now, fighting monsters and all that. So I don't really get this one. But also you got to remember the CGI trailers, and Geralt actually looked different from his CGI trailers to the game as well. So to be honest, Ciri in the game might actually look a little different from in the trailer anyway. So this one I wouldn't even be concerned about because she could change in the game anyway. And to be honest, even if she looked like what she does in the trailer, she doesn't even look that bad. She obviously looks older because she is older, and she's got a lot of scars and battle wounds on her face and that. So it's another one that I just don't get. So another complaint that I've actually heard is that Ciri can't become a Witcher because she's a woman and only males can become Witchers. Which I actually read into this because I wasn't 100% sure. So I actually read that in the books they usually take young boys, but they didn't specifically say it has to be young boys, because they usually take young boys in and they mutate into Witchers, and it hasn't specifically said there's an age cap or anything. So it's totally possible that Ciri can become a Witcher, and also later on, as I said, because there's no age cap. So it's totally lore possible. And obviously, with that said, the author of the books and the creator of the game, CG Projekt Red, didn't always get on. So they're not always going to be talking to each other, or there's a lot of communication there. So, and I'm pretty sure as well, the game surpassed the books anyway. So I don't think it actually really matters, to be honest, that it's being correct to the books. But as I said, it's totally lore possible. So it's not really out of place or anything. So with this last point, I actually understand a lot of the fans' concerns. So basically, most of the Witcher 3 crew who made The Witcher 3 have actually left CG Projekt Red now. And they're making their own vampire game. And so one good thing, we're getting another probably really good RPG, a vampire RPG, which is great. But the problem is that a lot of them now won't be making The Witcher 4. Which I can understand the concerns with that, because obviously The Witcher 3 was absolutely amazing. But most of the crew making The Witcher 4 are still from Cyberpunk. And obviously Cyberpunk didn't start very well, but it ended up being a very good game, and the DLC for it was apparently really, really good. So, I wouldn't be too concerned with this. But obviously, I don't think, to be honest, if most of the crew has gone now, it might not be as good as The Witcher 3. But to be honest, for me, The Witcher 3 was a perfect game, and honestly, it's going to be hard to beat or even be on par with The Witcher 3. So with The Witcher 4, I would just be happy if it's just a really, really good game. Maybe a 9 out of 10 and not a 10 out of 10 like The Witcher 3. because yeah, I can understand the concerns of a lot of the crew going, but as I said, the crew that are making it are still very good, because Cyberpunk ended up really good. The DLC for Cyberpunk was really good, so they're not like a really bad team. Honestly, I understand a lot of the concerns now, because obviously, as I said, with a new team, you never know how the game's going to be, how they're going to change things. Are they going to add politics into it, make it sort of woke, and it's going to ruin the game. So I get it, but at the moment we don't know enough. We haven't seen enough of it to really complain and say it's going to be a bad game. So honestly, all we can do at the moment is just wait for more things to come out, and that's pretty much it. And of course, you see it all the time with games now. Prime example is Dragon Age. Apparently it was a good game, but they just added so many different dialogues that was just really out of place and really weird, which I've seen.
Ah, shit. They're still holding it. Sorry.
What are you doing?
Pulling a barb.
Oh.
And luckily I'm not a big Dragon Age fan, because that would really annoy me. And honestly, if they did something like that with The Witcher, that would also really annoy me. So trust me, if they do anything like this with The Witcher, I'm also going to be really annoyed and angry, because as I said, The Witcher 3 is my all-time favourite game. So I don't want to see anything out of the ordinary. I don't want to see anything political or weird added into the game. So at the moment it looks like we've just got to wait, and to be honest, The Witcher 4 is going to take quite a while before it's even released. But at the moment there's literally not much to be concerned about. I mean, the only big concern was that it's going to be a different team from The Witcher 3, but to be honest, the team that are doing The Witcher 4 is the same as Cyberpunk, and Cyberpunk ended up really good, and the DLC was incredible. And to be honest, for me, I'm really happy with the Witcher 4 trailer. I like that series of Witcher. I like that they've sort of kept the theme of the Witcher with the poor villagers, the grittiness, and obviously Ciri killing a monster, because that's what the Witcher is all about. So at the moment, I have pretty much no complaints. What are your thoughts on all of this with The Witcher 4 and also CG Projekt Red? Do you agree with me or do you not agree with me? Let me know your thoughts below.